Welcome to review number 2, properties used in solving equations. The first property that we want to review is the commutative property of addition. A plus B equals B plus A. How am I going to remember that when I have to take it or use it for the test? CO. When we talk about CO right there, we're talking about changing order. CO. So let's write in here, change order. CO, all we're doing is changing our order. Same goes for the commutative property of multiplication. The associative property, A plus B plus C equals A plus B plus C. When we talked about that, it's the SO. See the SO in there, same order. And all we're doing is changing our grouping. So change grouping. That's the associative property of addition and the associative property of multiplication. Additive inverse, A plus negative A equals 0. All we're doing is adding the opposite. Adding the opposite to make it 0. So it's going to be A plus negative A equals 0. Additive identity property, A plus 0 is A. The answer is identical. Okay, your answer is identical. So A plus 0. Anything plus 0 is going to give it that back. The multiplicative identity. Anything times 1. So A times 1 equals A. These are the very basic ones. Multiplicative inverse. A times 1 over A equals 1. Let me give you another example of that. 4 times 1/4 equals 1. Notice all I did was flip that fraction upside down because 4 is really over 1. So I just flipped that upside down. Let's talk about number families. Irrational numbers. Decimals that never end and never repeat. Some examples are radical 2 or pi. Rational numbers. Decimals that end or repeat. You may remember that a rational number is something that could be put into a fraction. So that's if you have your calculator, you can always type that number into your calculator and hit math, enter, and see if it can be put into a fraction. I'll put that in parentheses. Can be turned into a fraction. My integers are negative and positive numbers. Okay? -4, -3, all the way on and all the way up to your positives. Those would be your integers. Whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Natural numbers would start with 1. Because you don't say, oh, I got 0, then 1, 0 eggs, and 1 egg, and then 2 eggs. If I was counting eggs, I would say 1 egg, 2 eggs, 3 eggs. So those are your natural or counting numbers. These vocabulary words are super important because it will help to determine what sets possibly for Regents exams depending on what the questions are asking you for. So, how to solve an equation using a calculator. So this is a good review for solving equations. You're going to put the left side of the problem under y1. You're going to put the right side of the problem under y2. Now, you can now hit the intersection button by hitting second trace, or you can go to your table. It's up to you on what you would like to do, but I'm going to write those in for you. Find the intersection by hitting second trace. 5 intersect. Find the first curve, hit enter. So on each one of these, you're going to hit enter. After each time you find the first curve, you just keep hitting enter. The answer is the x value on the screen, and you will find that on the bottom part of your screen. If there is an error and you couldn't see them, cross-use the zoom. But you could also just by hitting table. So I'm going to write in there, you can also look by hitting your table. So I hope this is a good second review. The questions will follow in class using these vocabulary words. So that is review for exam, final exam number 2.